What's up, guys? Meow, I'm back with another video. And for the ninth time this year, I get to say it. Kyle Larson wins a race. If he, we have Martinsville and Phoenix left to go. If he does not win the championship at Phoenix, I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. But bro, this is just, this is insane. This is fucking insane. So, race reaction from Kansas for the Cup Series. Ryan Newman failed tech twice. He would start at the back. When Howe failed tech three times, he got a passenger penalty, and also part of his crew got penalized or whatever. And Chase Briscoe, I got freaking hair in my face. And Chase Briscoe got unapproved adjustments penalty before the race, so they would all have to start at the back. Hamlin gets loose trying to get around the lap car, BJ McLeod. Again, the hair out of my face here. We had a little bit of a rain caution earlier, and it was like literally not long after. Like it went from a little bit of rain to pouring to gone, and then there was a lightning strike off in the distance. And keep in mind, if it's within an 8 mile distance, they put you in a lightning hold. Well, they were in a lightning hold, and then they lifted that early because of the weather moving away, and there wasn't anything really coming afterwards. So rare to see that, I would think, but instead of going for the full 30 minutes, but it is what it is, I guess. Um, so then we get the race going, and the wind played a major factor early in this deal. It was windy throughout the race, but there were guys having issues with getting into the wall on the backstretch and having tire issues simply because of the wind. Blaney tags the wall a bit. Kyle Busch gets in the wall, cuts a tire, um, and brings out the caution, which that became the competition caution. While Wallace gets a penalty for an uncontrolled tire, Kyle Busch for pitting in a closed pit. And then we get going again. Keselowski and Truex Jr. make contact on the backstretch. Brad has to pit to fix the damage from that contact a little bit later. Fincham Fincham gets a black flag and has to go and get his stuff fixed so that he can meet minimum speed. Truex slows on the backstretch with smoke, got in the wall a bit earlier. He'll have to pit. And then at some point during the race, Larson passed the record set by Jeff Gordon back in 2001, the year I was born, no less, for the most laps led in a season since the schedule went to 36 races. I don't have that stat on hand, but considering the fact that he led so much of this race, um, Blaney has to pit late in the stage with a tire down. Newman gets a tire rub late in the going, and Kyle Larson takes the stage one victory. Byron second, Elliott third, Kurt Busch fourth, Kevin Harvick fifth, Denny Hamlin sixth, Alec Bowen seventh, Ross Chastain eighth, Kyle Busch ninth, and Tyler Reddick in 10th. So then we get Christopher Bell had to pit at some point during stage two. He took the wave around earlier, so he did not pit, and thus he had to pit later. Then we get green flag pit stops. Kyle Busch gets in the wall again and has to pit with a flat. Now the thing with this was that Joey Logano stayed out extremely long, so it prolonged the green flag pit stops. He wasn't the only one, but he was the one that was leading. So, trying to catch a caution. Kyle Busch could have been that caution, but that didn't happen. And Mark Truex Jr. had to pit at one point, practically ran out of gas beforehand because he stayed out so long. And then Logano finally pits, and I think Stenhouse Jr. pit around this time, and he got a speeding penalty as a result. And then William Byron wins stage two. Chase Elliott second, Kyle Larson third, Kurt Busch fourth, Kevin Harvick fifth, Tyler Reddick sixth, Alec Bowman seventh, Denny Hamlin eighth, Bo Wallace ninth, and Ross Chastain 10th. Chastain gets a speeding penalty and then gets a restart violation penalty for not restarting the proper line while under penalty, which is the bottom lane. We get a caution for Anthony Alfredo during stage three. He gets in the wall, at least one tire down by the looks of things. Reddick and Larson have some small contact while battling for the lead right beforehand. Bubba Wallace pits and gets a speeding penalty. And then we get going again. And at some point, I think during green flag laps, Eric Almirola would pit. He ended up with a crew member over the wall too soon penalty. Larson makes a little bit of contact with the wall. Ryan Newman spins and brings the caution out. And Brad Keselowski had just pitted a few laps beforehand for the free pass, pitting from the free pass spot. So that kind of screwed him over, and he would get back into that position by the end of the race, but um, we'd only get one more caution beforehand, and he wasn't in that position at the time for that, so that happened. Now with a lot of the pit strategies and the way things had played out, the gaps between the guys that were in and the guys that were out of the final four was huge. And then this happens on the ensuing restart. Um, Ryan Blaney or Austin Dillon looks like he gets loose going into the corner, comes up the racetrack. Um, oh, before I even get into that, Byron had to go back down pit road to tighten his lug nuts. I figured I should mention that. But Blaney or Austin Dillon gets loose in the corner, gets up into Ryan Blaney. Blaney gets in the wall and it knocks him out of the race, closing the gap big time. There's now a 1 point difference between Blaney and Kyle Busch for the fourth spot in the playoffs. And basically, the gap, if you're not Larson and Hamlin, basically from Elliott down, it's really close. And then there's Logano at like minus 22 or something like that. So that happened. And it sucks because Blaney's had so much of a better year than he has in years past. And to get screwed over like that, well, we'll have to see what happens at Martinsville. Um, and then Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott was trying to run Kyle Larson down at the end. Gets in the wall a couple times, possibly has a tire issue, then gets in the wall again. He's like, fuck this. I'm not going to run him down, and I'm not going to put my car in the wall to try to do that, especially because of his point situation. Because, again, Blaney had a comfortable points gap going into this, and that's gone now. Elliott would not want to lose that either. So Larson ends up taking the white flag. He wins for the third time in a row, for the ninth time this season. He's been running the same paint scheme that Ricky Hendrick used to run for majority of the season, but this one's more special because 17 years ago today, while on a plane ride to Martinsville, Ricky Hendrick and 9 other individuals from Team Hendrick were killed in when that plane crashed or helicopter, whatever it was. And so for Larson to win in that paint scheme on the anniversary of that, um, that this makes this win a little bit more memorable, and a little bit more special. And he obviously dedicated the win to Rick Hendrick and his wife afterward. Um, and Larson becomes the first driver since Dale Earnhardt Sr. in 1987 to win 3 straight races twice in one season. So this is just insane. Who who would have honestly thought that Larson was going to be this good this season? Like he's a good driver. Don't get me wrong. You know, he showed plenty of flashes at Chip Ganassi Racing, but it's like it's like he just got so much better, and it's just insane. He is one not just with NASCAR, but with motorsports in general. You know, with dirt racing specifically, he's won so much this year. It's freaking crazy, and it really it's like again we have 2 races left. Which, by the way, how the fuck are we already at the end of the season? Goddamn. Well, we got 2 races left. Martinsville next week and Phoenix the week after. Martinsville next week is going to be nuts because there's only one driver locked into the next round. Nobody else is locked in. You've got 7 drivers battling for 3 spots, and because of Blaney's wreck and him being wrecked out late in the race, and I don't think he got stage points today either. It closed that gap up so much. So now you have a situation where it's gonna be, you know, basically those 7 playoff drivers, to quote the movie Alita Battle Angel, they're going to be going, fuck your mercy to each other and just not giving a shit because everybody's going to be, unless your name is Kyle Larson everybody's going to be battling for those three spots entering the final four. Meanwhile, Larson's probably going to win the race, win another race, and then go win Phoenix. If he doesn't win Phoenix, it's going to. If Larson does not win in Phoenix, regardless of the circumstances, we already know the discussion regarding the playoffs and how much people do hate it. If Larson doesn't win at Phoenix, everybody is gonna want this playoff format gone. Like, people wanted it gone after what happened with Harvick last year. The thing with him was he didn't show up in the round of 8. He didn't do enough. Texas happened. He almost won Kansas, and then Martinsville happened. If he does well, Texas was partly because of the weather at the beginning, I know. But if he doesn't have the shit show that he had at Texas, or if he runs better at Martinsville, then there's a better chance that he's in the Final Four and probably could have won the title. Larson's in a completely different situation. He is literally dominated all season long. The only the only other person that is essentially is allowed to win the championship, and people, they might still rag on the playoff format, but maybe not as bad, is Denny Hamlin. And the only reason why is because because he's been so consistent points wise all season long. And, yes, he didn't get a win until the playoffs, but he picked up a couple of wins. And he's really been the only, like, Larson had to challenge him, and Hamlin's been the one that's had to keep pace with him once Larson caught up. So basically, it's either Larson or Hamlin that wins the title in Phoenix. Anybody else, and everybody's going to want the playoff for it gone. But at this rate, I mean, if Larson doesn't win, playoff format gone. That's the bottom line. So, with all that being said, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to use code ANJJ for free shipping on orders of $20 or more at Circuit Diecast. Check out the videos I uploaded yesterday. And also make sure to use the link down below to Steve Blender's random fantasy picks. If you want to do that. And with all that being said, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.